Hello everyone, my name is Bethany and this is my channel Denise Thoughts. Welcome back. Today I thought I would just do like a discussion of how I rank things. I've seen this on BookTube a few times from some people, and I don't know, I just thought it might be just fun to do just to kind of discuss where my head's at when I rate things the way that I do. So I, of course, go by the Goodreads system, which is the 5 stars. I don't know, I think it's just an easy round number. I feel like if you get more complicated when you get like 10 stars, some people do like, I don't know, there's someone who does like 17, some like a rating out of 17. I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. To each their own, but I just try to keep it easy with 5 stars. And I have a bone to pick with Goodreads, not ever doing half stars. It drives me bananas. I know there's some other apps coming out that are doing half stars. I haven't fully transitioned over to any of them at this point. Maybe that'll happen sometime in the future, but right now I'm sticking with Goodreads for now. But I always rate them half stars in my head or in my review whenever I put my review in for my ranking. So, how to start off the discussion. I don't think I'm overly harsh on my books, but I definitely think I can be harsh sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Most books, I think, for me, lie somewhere in 3 and 4. And 3 books aren't bad. 3 books aren't bad. If you look at the Goodreads system, right? There's, I think 1 is I didn't like it, 2 is it's okay, 3 is I liked it, 4 is I really liked it, and 5 is I loved it. So I kind of try to go by that concept. So 3 is usually a book that I still liked, but maybe I had some issues with it. Maybe there were some things that I didn't like about it. And it's just ends up being I liked it, it was okay. And there were parts I enjoyed, but parts I didn't. And then if you go into the 4 is more like, I really liked it, I really enjoyed it. I didn't absolutely love it because there might have been 1 or 2 things that weren't great for me, but overall still really strongly enjoyed. And then you get the outliers. I feel like 2 stars are relatively rare, and 1 stars are extremely rare for me. First of all, most of the books that are 1 stars, like if I go back in my Goodreads and look at my 1-star reviews, they're stuff that I read in college. So that should tell you something, because those are usually books that I finished. I don't DNF very often. When I do DNF, it was probably going to be a 1 star. But I don't DNF often because I don't come across very many 1 stars for me. A 1 star, though, for me, it has to be not just something that I didn't like. It has to be, like, atrocious writing. Like, really bad writing. And I have read things that have some really bad writing. Or a plot that didn't make sense at all. Or characters that I absolutely hated. And it has to be all of those combined in 1 book, which really doesn't happen very often. I feel like what happens most often is I'll get a book with atrocious writing, but I really end up really liking the characters, or there's something about them, or there's a really interesting plot to it. Or I get something with a really terrible plot, but the writing's decent and I'm liking the characters for whatever reason. Those are the 3 criteria that I tend to look at that values how I like the book or not. I think overall I'm more of a character-driven reader than a plot-driven reader. I tend to like books that are heavier in character than they are in plot. And I think that just makes sense for romance, like, especially for being predominantly a romance reader. Romance reading is cheering for the couple, like they're your sports team. Like, you're rooting for the couple to get together. You're rooting for love and chivalry and romance and connection, and you want them to do well. If you don't like the characters, then you don't want to root for them. I think that is what it boils down to. So I think that's why I like more character-driven stories. And 2 stars, I think, are still relatively rare, because 2 stars, there has to be really issues with the writing, or I didn't like the characters or plot. I don't come across 2 stars super often, but they happen, where I'm just like, this was just okay. It was fine. I read it, I finished it, I had a lot of issues or bones to pick with it, and I didn't love the writing. And that's kind of where I lie with that. Most of my rates lie on 3 to 4 stars. And then you have 5 stars. 5 stars aren't super rare. I have had quite a few 5 stars through 2020. I think because I've been reading with more intention. I want to say years past in my reading. The last few years, especially since college, has been just kind of survival reading, but I haven't been reading with intent. And I think lately, especially this 2020, since starting my channel, I've read with more intent and picked things that I ended up really, really loving that I had wanted to read, but just never had the time or the motivation to pick them up. So I think I found a lot of 5-star reads in 2020, more so than I had in previous years. A 5-star has like that extra special quality that really makes me go, oh my God, I loved it so much. Like, that's what it has to make me do. It has to make me just either completely immerse myself in the story and entirely forget life to the point where I cannot put it down, or it has to give me that gut feeling. What I mean by that is, if I am so invested in the story and these characters that when there's like a trial, or when the romance isn't working out and there's this couple struggling, or these characters are struggling, or this group of characters is struggling, I have to feel in my gut like this like ache of like, ugh, I'm so upset that these characters aren't working out and I just want it to all be better. And that is a 5-star to me. Because if you get me to feel that viscerally, physically, then I know I'm invested in the story and I know I'm enjoying it. Is that, maybe that's a weird way to judge a 5-star? I don't know, but that's kind of how I feel like 5 stars mean to me. Or if I'm just really immersed in it and it's a good time and I just really enjoyed the journey, and that's a 5-star to me too. If I have a book where I'm still enjoying it, but I notice things or I nitpick things, then I know it probably wasn't a 5-star because I noticed it. Like a typo, or I don't know, not like I get nitpicky on my typos, but like a plot point that to me that didn't make sense and that like takes me out of the story, then it's probably going to still be rated a 4-star. Not a bad rating. It just is what it is. But if you get me so immersed in the story where I'm like, I don't care, I'm still having a really good time, then that's a 5-star to me. Does that seem arbitrary? Probably. That's a little bit arbitrary, maybe. But I think that's the extra special quality of a 5-star to me. I like the fact that people do 6 stars. I think that's kind of a fun idea. I've seen that go around BookTube as well. People giving like a 6-star to like books that are like up even more than like a 5-star. And I think there's probably books that I would consider that for me, but I think the 5-star system is just what I'm going to go with for now. And I think I'll keep the 5 stars to that special quality that I look for in feeling the books that I rank. I want books to entertain me, but I also want books to experience something new and delve into a world or a character or a relationship that I can be invested in. And I think in the sense of I'm so entertained and I'm having such a good time that I'm invested, or I'm so invested in these characters, I'm so invested in what's going to happen to them. When I feel both of those things, that's what makes the 5-star, if that makes sense. And there you have it. That's my explanation of my ranking system. I don't know if that makes sense of why that's my ranking system, but I've really been thinking about what my ranking system means to me and why I rank things the way I do. And I think that is the thing that I have come to conclude about what the ranking means to me. So how does everyone else rank things? I would love to know. Do you do half stars? Do you not do stars at all? I would be curious. Let me know in the comments. I think that'd be a lot of fun to discuss. If you'd like to see more bookish things from me, please subscribe and hit likes and bells and that kind of thing. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!